Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Inside and Out. This is the Tuesdays Wrestling Talk, and I was just looking at our Facebook page, and I noticed that we posted something on Bret Hart. It had Bret Hart on there. It had Road Warrior Hawk, and you know what? I just lost it on my. Who else was on the picture with these people?
Hacksaw Duggan.
Let me go back and see. It just went off on me. I don't know. Me and technology did not get around pretty good at all. But
Okay, big boss man, Bret Hart and Road Warrior Hawk.
what a group of guys right there. Some of the greats in professional wrestling. I think Bret Hart has to go down as one of the best technical wrestler of all time. What do you think, Rodney?
Yeah, he was great. Pretty good. Definitely for his time, especially.
Jack, let's talk a little bit about Russell South real quick. Let's get that in right at the beginning at WrestleSouth.com. It is coming up soon. It is May 8th, Saturday, May 8th. What's the complete? Do you know what the complete wrestlers on this card is?
I do. If everyone would go to the Wrestle South page on Facebook, we have a rundown of. I don't have it here in front of me, but we've got a lot of new talent that's never been to Alabama before. Some that are, pretty good names as far as independent wrestlers here. So we got a great card put together.
Make sure you get to WrestleSouth.com, and that's Saturday, May 8th, Arab, Alabama, at the is Arab Recreation Center, right?
Arab Recreation Center. If anybody's interested in coming too, if you will message me, I can reserve the tickets. You can either message me on my Facebook page or go to the Wrestle South Facebook page and message me there, and we can reserve the tickets for you. And you can we don't have a ticket location yet, but we're working on that. If nothing else, we'll have the tickets the day of the event. You can come by anytime as long as they're picked up 30 minutes prior to the show. They'll be there waiting for you.
So we get there and do that. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we want to tell you right now that on sometime in the spring or summer of 2022, now that's about a year from now, but we are going to be doing something, and we will tell you about that in the next few weeks. But 2022, we'll be telling you about something we're going to be doing right here at Pro Wrestling Inside and Out. Myself, Jack, and Rodney have got some stuff in the works, and we will tell you about that here soon. Let's say hello to all the people right now. Victor Nash is with us. Victor, how you doing? Richard Hood is with us as well. Stuart Kemp says, welcome, one and all. Dr. Phil Bulgrice says, hello, distinguished gentlemen, which he must be talking about someone else on another program. Jeremy Kane Travis is with us. Good evening from the mighty Lawton Fort Steele area. Yvonne Burns is with us as well from Western Pennsylvania. By the way, most of them, Victor, Richard, Stewart, Dr. Phil Bulgrice, Yvonne, all supporters of the page. And I want to take the opportunity right now to thank each and every one of those. We had a new supporter yesterday that came aboard, and we certainly do appreciate that for those people who are supporting the page. Mickey Mayfield is with us as well. Howdy. Lou Ann Bono?
Bono.
Yes. Hello from Oklahoma. Thank you so much, Lou, for being a part of the show. James is with us as well. James Smith from Ohio. We got some new people in here with us this evening. Theodore is also with us from Virginia, the Dirty South. That's what he said. Dirty South. Mike Green from Nashville, Tennessee. Great wrestling city, Nashville, Tennessee. Some great stuff from there.
And Mike is the official photographer for Wrestle South. So looking forward to seeing him.
Wow. All right. Hey, Mike, you're going to have to share some of your photographs with us right after the show. Carl, well, I did hit it, but it did not do anything. But Carl is with us from Bill Watts's Mid-South Wrestling. We always do a review on Mid-South Wrestling. So there is I've seen there's 34 videos that we did on Mid-South Wrestling reviewed. Some of them has Bill Dundee. Bill Dundee is on some of those where he talked about Mid-South Wrestling. So get over there if you've not subscribed. It's absolutely free on YouTube, and you can see all the reviews of Mid-South Wrestling. Sometimes they are good. Sometimes they're about like they're newer wrestling. Sometimes that we talk about. We're not always nice, especially if Rodney talks about Terry Taylor. Michael Barr.
Sometimes Bill Watts.
Sometimes Bill Watts. This is true. Southeast Alabama, Michael Barr is with us. Colton is with us as well. How y'all's Tuesday going? Going well for me. How about you, Rodney?
Doing good. Doing good.
Rodney's got a brand new microphone. He broke his last night.
I busted it right there.
We were talking about Terry Taylor, Kevin Sullivan, Manny Fernandez all at one time, and he got very upset.
Trifecta.
And Jack, I would message you about tickets, but for some reason, we're not.
I noticed that I hadn't seen none of his posts pop up. I'll have to check. Facebook does this to me. It'll drop people. It's even blocked people on me before. I don't know, but I'll check on it when we get off here.
Rita Cantrell is with us as well. Hi, friends. And by the way, she got hit by a beer bottle during a melee with Bill Watts and Dusty Rhodes against Ernie Ladd and Ole Anderson. So if she is talking to you and all at once she hollers out Coors, you'll know what. She got hit by a Coors beer bottle during a melee between those four people. So Terrence Hardy is with us. How you doing, Terrence? Paul is with us as well. I think he's from that area that we cannot pronounce. Looking at photos of wrestlers of the 90s when they were in their civilian clothes. A lot of them wore fanny packs. Guys such as Hogan, Luger, Road Warriors wore them. Jack, did you wear a fanny pack?
I still own a fanny pack. And I wore the Zubaz pants, and the only thing I didn't do was I didn't wear the high-tech boots with my Zubaz like everybody else did.
Boy, the Road Warriors made a fortune off of those pants.
They sure did. They made a fortune off of me. I had like 20-something pair.
I mean, they made a fortune off those. Everybody was wearing them. I mean, everybody had a fanny pack. I don't think that I ever had a fanny pack. I've never got into that. Are those man purses that the guy started wearing?
Yeah, I didn't do the man purse.
Dad had one. Dad liked the man purse. He had one of those, and he actually left that. We were going on the cruise, and he actually left that in a cab one time. the little man purse, and all of us didn't go on a cruise. So. Stuart Kemp is with us. Stuart, man, that's a long time away. 2022, the calm before the storm. Yes. Well, it's going to take. Honestly, we would probably do it sooner, but COVID being the way it is, you never know. Every month can change. So we're hoping by May of 2022. We're hoping things are cleared up where we have no problems whatsoever. Rick Brooks is with us. How's it going, gentlemen, from Northern Kentucky? And Jack, he replied to somebody. We won't say what.
Yeah. I was replying to Colton. Yeah.
Luann did. We said hello to her. Ralph is from Washington State.
Well, hey, Ralph.
Jeremy Kane Travis said, by the way, mask in the pictures made by Miss Juanita Timms, wife of the late Ken Timms. She made some great masks. I'll tell you as a story. We used to sell masks at the pro wrestling matches, and her and Ken would make the mask for us, and we'd always call them because they made it at that stretchy material, and so we would always say they were patty masks. We were selling patty masks. That's the mask you put underneath your actual mask. You remember that, Rod?
That's right. And you know what they said? Oh, okay. And they look like it. They were some of the wildest colors you could ever see. I mean, the flower patterns, just wild stuff.
Anything that you see Ken Timms wearing his tights, the way his tights was, you're gonna find some masks that look just like that. So, but we used to sell them, man. They would sell fast. And does she still make it? Does she still make a lot of masks? I didn't even know she did that. I didn't even know she did that anymore. I think that was a Super Destroyer mask, wasn't it?
Can't really tell.
Yeah, I believe that is a Super Destroyer mask. You know, I actually got a Super Destroyer mask over there, but it didn't have the red on it. It had the black on it. And it's an old mask. You could buy them in the magazines. Do y'all remember that?
Yes, we ordered them. And then we took them to school and got in trouble.
Well, we'd always get in trouble at school because we like to show people moves as well. So Michael Barr said, excuse me, Brent, look over the top of my name. It reads supporters well. Yes, it does. You are a supporter. That is true. And we do appreciate it as well. Victor Nash, can you guys guess who won 11 titles between 3 different promotions, but never a world champion? One of the best technical wrestlers ever. Rodney, do you know?
I'm gonna guess Ted DiBiase.
Jack?
That would be my guess.
But see, he says 3 different promotions, and are we talking about AWA, NWA, and the WWF? Because I don't think Ted DiBiase ever was in the AWA. Or was he? I'm not for sure, but I don't know.
I don't remember him ever being there.
Victor, I don't know. Maybe somebody else knows, but I'm not. You got any names there, Jack? I think Jack's trying to cheat over there. I think he was looking on his. Always got his little.
Well, I mean, he worked for the NWA. Mid-South was not officially a part of the NWA.
That's true.
And then he worked for the WWE.
Victor, that's a great question.
Where he was the $1 million champion, made his own belt. You have to appreciate that. And then he was also a tag team champion.
Oh, by the way, I mean that happens in the independent groups all the time. If you want to be world heavyweight champion, just run your own group.
That's right. Oh, nope. He's answered the question there.
All right, let me go down there and see what he said, and we'll come back to that because I'm interested in knowing. Victor Nash said Dean Malenko.
Dean Malenko. Okay.
I would have never thought of Dean Malenko. They said Glenn Allen Shelton said Scott Hall, and Christopher Hughes said that was my guess as well. Michael Barr said Rowdy Roddy Piper. Christopher Hughes said Mr. Wrestling 2. He would have never been world heavyweight champion because I don't think a masked man has ever been world heavyweight champion. I guess Rey Mysterio, has he been world heavyweight champion?
We're talking about real world champions, Brent.
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I have to say something. I got a lot of flack. I did a post and it was about Ron Simmons. And I got a lot of flack because I said in there that there was other world champions before him. And I don't remember who all the champions were, but I got a lot of flack over that.
Well, Bobo Brazil was one.
And there was a bunch of other champions on there. And they said, well, yeah, but he was a world heavyweight champion he wasn't for a company. He was the world heavyweight champion for World Championship Wrestling. He wasn't going to any territories.
Yeah.
So I think you have to give the rest of those guys their just due that they were world heavyweight champions, regardless if it's a little territory or not. WWA was not a little small territory, by the way.
No.
It was a huge company, drew a lot of money, big time money, and I think Bobo Brazil. I mean, there was a ton of wrestlers that was on that deserved that recognition, as well as Ron Simmons. I mean, Ron Simmons was a great world champion, by the way. I don't think he held it long enough. What do you guys think?
I agree with that.
No, back then they rushed everything. And it went to the fact that the world champion wasn't traveling. So basically the champion's overexposed. That's my opinion.
Let's see. Now, where was I at? Now I've lost Let's see here. I'm trying to remember where I was at here. Oh, Christopher Hughes. All right, there's where we're at. Christopher Hughes said, evening, guys. I'm at work, but I'm listening. People got to eat that Florida seafood.
Yeah.
Wait a minute
Love
now.
seafood.
Where's Christopher Hughes at that he's got some, because we could travel there and do Pro Wrestling Inside and Out live right there from the place. We could do that. We're getting to the point that we can travel again. Bye. I'll be all right with traveling around probably sometime in May or June. So I'll be ready, Christopher. So set it up, Pro Wrestling Live, right there from your place of establishment. Michael Barr says, I nominate Richard as treasurer of Pro Wrestling. He has all the contacts. Yes, I would agree with you. I would agree. But now he's not willing to be roving reporter, I don't think. He never said he would. Mickey Mayfield was watching the cage match between Luger and Brody, where Brody just stopped working and Luger wound up throwing himself over the top rope. It was hilarious. Later, I watched a shoot interview where Luger about it. He said he was petrified, and I would say yes. I would think he would be petrified of Bruiser Brody.
Yeah,
I mean, I would be.
Yeah, it wasn't a shoot because Frank just quit working. He wasn't trying to hurt him. He just didn't want to do anything else.
No. I'll tell you a story real quick since we're talking about Lex Luger. Lex Luger was wrestling in Florida, and that's where he started. Hiro Masuda is the one that trained him. And so the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, were going to go there to work Florida. Florida was not doing well at all. So they come in. Lex Luger's using the music that the Road Warriors were using. And they overheard them say that whatever music it was, whatever music that was, Road Warriors used. I can't remember what it was. Iron Man. And Lex Luger was using that. And they said Hawk looked at him and says, "Hey, kid, we got a problem." He said, "Well, what problem we have?" He said, "You can't use that music." And he says, "No, we ain't got a problem at all because I'm going to be using some other music tonight." I don't think Luger was stupid. Now, I think he knew there was no getting away from poor old Lex Luger. Pro Wrestling Mask. The real things are tough to find these days. Jack Lord can make you a new good mask.
Yeah, and I got a couple other guys I can hook you up with too.
I've got one here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. I had it. I've lost it. It's like running this thing. I forget things every day. I forget things every day. All right, let's see. Let me. Does Ken Tim's son still wrestle, Jack?
Actually, Joe is one of his sons, and Joe is going to be he's going to be our senior referee at Wrestle South. And I can't remember which one of the brothers he asked me about coming in, but he's training and getting himself in shape. We're going to be using him some too.
Which one of the sons got into an argument with Tommy Rich and just waylaid Tommy?
I don't remember, but all of them can. So
I just remember,
that family, they're legit. I mean, they're tough, every one of them. And the daughter, Krissa, is making quite a name for herself in MMA. So, they're some great kids, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I just remember hearing that story that he just waylaid on Tommy. Boy, I mean, he just beat Tommy from one side to the other one night. So don't mess with them Tims; they will hurt you. Jeremy Kane Travis, not the Super Destroyer. It was. Oh, that's right. It was the Sensational Destroyer. Yes, you're right. You're right. It was just the Destroyer, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I got that wrong on a post, and people let me know too. Whew.
Dude, that was an awesome guy. I got to spend a day with him up in New York one time, and man, what great stories! Just a great guy to be around.
For some reason, this guy has come on every night now, and he's trying to he wants to know why you attended WrestleMania.
I saw that. I saw it last night. I saw it tonight. Let's just address it and get it out of the way. None of us went to WrestleMania. I would have liked to have gone. Don't get me wrong, but we can't afford. I think it was $2,500 front row tickets. Yeah, if I can't go front row, I ain't going. So I can't afford that. And Vince did not comp anybody. Even Randy Orton had to pay for his family to get in.
Well, I mean, he's needing to make the money. So, that $1 billion he made last year wasn't enough. Jack, I'm curious. We often criticize Raw and SmackDown, but you mentioned WrestleMania was good. What changed? Did they get new writers?
No, they didn't get new writers. It's like WrestleMania is when it seems like they all wake up and they put their best work in. And I think the wrestlers put their best work in every event. Those are some of the hardest working folks I've ever seen in my life. So when we say something against WWE in any form, it's more constructive criticism. But the wrestlers they're not the issue. They've never been the issue. It's the creative end that's the issue. But for WrestleMania, every WrestleMania to me is always better than anything else they do. Royal Rumble's always great. SummerSlam's always great. But it's just like the rest of the time, they're just coasting, waiting for that next super pay-per-view to come along. And that's not justice for the fans. And it's eventually, I think, going to hurt them if they don't quit doing that.
Yeah, I agree. It was a decent show though. It was a decent show. They do some repetitive stuff, match to match to match to match, which I believe is because they have different producers for each match, which is what they call bookers today, I guess. People, agents, what they used to call agents, now are producers. They're producing, but I don't know that you can do that. I think you got to have one major producer that says, "Oh, by the way, we're doing that in this match. Don't do it in your match." But I don't think they're talking to each other. I don't think that's happening. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is happening. Maybe they don't care if they're doing the same thing in every match. Maybe they don't think people care. Greg and Victoria Hodge is with us. Good evening, guys. Good evening to you. Here is that name that we love, Risbo Turbine. Even with the legacy wing this year, Buzz Sawyer, Dr. Death, Gary Hart, Ray Stevens. Do you think the WWE Hall of Fame is a joke? I'll let Rodney answer this first, then we'll talk to Jack.
I ask why they do it. After they take so much time to try to distance themselves from that type of wrestling, why they do it. That's always been my point. And I just don't get it. Why you would spend, all this time basically making wrestling into some kind of joke, basically, and then you want to try to honor those beforehand. And I don't get it. I don't get it. But
Jack, it is more than anything. It's a ratings thing for Vince. And let's remember, this is not a professional wrestling Hall of Fame. We have that Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame in museums in Wichita Falls, Texas. It honors those who have gone before, and that's the real place to go for a Hall of Fame. The WWE Hall of Fame is to honor those who were in the WWE at some point. And it's also about who Vince thinks, if he can get a few people to tune in that doesn't normally tune in, that would want to see Buzz Sawyer, get inducted or somebody like that, then he's thinking, if you watch that, maybe we can entice you to watching everything else. It's marketing. It's who Vince likes. I can't remember the guy's name that they gave the Warrior Award to this year. The guy was very deserving, but nobody outside the company knows who he is. It's Vince's club. That's basically what it is. It's Vince's club. Nothing wrong with that. It's Vince's company. So that some of these guys get honored. It was great. When Bob Armstrong got recognized, when so many others, and to those folks, it means a lot. And to WWE fans, it means a lot. So, we're not knocking it, but it's not professional wrestling Hall of Fame.
Hey, by the way, and I have talked to many people that got that they honored, and they really and truly enjoyed being honored. So,
Yeah.
Bob Armstrong, and he really enjoyed it. Plus, he really enjoyed it because I think at the time they would give him $1,000 to $1,500 a week for a year when they would do that. So I don't know if they do that now.
I know. Yeah. They still pay him. I don't know what the deal is, but when we inducted Bob into the Alabama Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, he showed up wearing that WWE Hall of Fame ring. He's very proud of that.
Yeah, he was very proud of it. So, Christopher Hughes. Oh, I guess I better. I guess a click on it would help. Thanks, sir. Christopher, you said Ron Simmons was not the first black heavyweight champion. Yes, there was others before him. The Midnight Rider, Victor Nash, talked about the Midnight Rider, and that was so many different people. So, Colton Martin. Roddy Piper should have held the heavyweight gold. The dude was money. He never did hold a world heavyweight championship, did he? Or was he WCW world champion?
No. He was the Intercontinental champion, I think, and of course the United States champion, but never world champion.
Yeah, he wrestled Hogan for the belt, but he didn't take it in WCW.
Richard Hood, he brought some other people. Bearcat Brown, he was a world heavyweight champion prior to Ron Simmons. Iceman King Parsons was the world-class world heavyweight champion. Now, we can argue the fact that he just wrestled for a company, but so did Ron Simmons. He just worked for a company, not for a sanctioning body. If we looked at the National Wrestling Alliance, really Ric Flair would probably be the last real world heavyweight champion, because I believe he is the last champion that wrestled for the National Wrestling Alliance. That was actually a governing body of wrestling. You paid your dues to be a part of the National Wrestling Alliance. And so Adrian Harper Jr. said, hey guys, you guys are awesome. Love the show. Thank you so much, Adrian. We certainly do appreciate it. Victor Nash said he saw the Midnight Rider beat Flair for the title here in Miami. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his belt got took away from him by President Bob Geigel. Am I correct about this?
Yes.
Did it get took away because he would not take his mask off and show who he was? Because if he did, Dusty Rhodes would be suspended from wrestling forever. And baby, that's never going to happen. Never. I am the tower of power, too sweet to be sour. The American dream, Dusty Rhodes. I always love doing Dusty. I don't know. Terrence Hardy, Brazil beat Buddy Rogers for the NWA title. Yes, he did. Truly did. And they, for some reason, which they did the same angle. Buddy Rogers did the same angle almost everywhere he went. So somebody always gave up the title afterwards. Adrian Harper Jr. dream match. Bruiser Brody against Cactus Jack. Didn't they not wrestle in world class?
I want to say they did.
I would have to look that up, but I think they might have wrestled then. Michael Barr said at one time years ago, being thrown the top rope was an automatic disqualification. Yes. And pulling hair, after a while, you could get disqualified for it. Using fist too many times, you could get disqualified for it.
Breaking up pin attempts in a tag team match. Rules.
Right. Yeah, rules. Still work. Everything has rules, and so does even sports entertainment should have some rules. And by the way, I did not know this, but you can be burnt in the WWF and just walk through some kind of Jack in the Box and come out and not even be burned anymore.
Yep.
It's like a car wash.
Yes, just wash that.
Holy cow.
It's a miracle.
Things they can do today. I'm sure they've got calls today, burn victims all across the nation coming to line up to go through their Jack in the Box.
I can't complain. Ever since I found out that Luke Skywalker really didn't get his hand cut off, it's been downhill for me.
I kind of wonder, and if that didn't beat it all, that end of that match was even worse than that. So I don't know, man. It's just Richard Hood. Sorry, I'm at Bearcat Right. as world champion. Yes, but I think Bearcat Brown might have been as well, though. I can't remember the people I put down there. I do so much. I think I have. I don't know how many posts I have done in the last since I think it was April of 2019 or May of 2019. I think I have posted 5,000 posts, maybe. I don't know, so I don't remember the post on a daily basis anymore. Greg Zimmy, have any of you ever spoken to Ed Farhat? No, I have not. Our father did. A lot of people take credit for brokering the deal with the Sheik to run Ohio and Michigan. Jim Barnett's the one that set it up, and Ronnie West went with a briefcase full of cash. You remember that, Rodney?
Yes, I do.
A briefcase full of cash. He got stopped at the airport and asked him what he was doing with over almost $100,000 from Jim Barnett. That gave him the money to go there. And he actually went there and would pay off some of the debts that the Sheik had at TV stations, and actually paid it all up for the Sheik. And I think the Sheik was making I think it was 5% of the gates at the time. Is that what they were giving him?
I'm not sure about that.
I remember them giving him some kind of percentage. I saw him after match once outside the arena. He chased me, scared the heck out of me. Charles is with us. Hello. I learned a lot on the replay. Thank you so much, Charles, for that. He said he is tuning in later on tonight. I miss being here. Well, we miss you, Charles, and not being on here. And Adrian Harper said the Sheik was crazy. And he was a character that drew money no matter where he went.
Yeah.
The Sheik drew money no matter where he went. Timothy Dickerson. We know who Timothy Dickerson is. Pedro. Let's see, we know him as for your favorite two things in wrestling is no riding with Bob Armstrong or Ron West. They both knew one speed wide open. Yes, he liked to get to where he was going. Go eat with Rodney West. Ron West. It will be a night or time you'll never get. Once again, one speed food bar wide open. Yes. I'm going to tell you, we used to have fun on our trips to professional wrestling.
That's right.
We knew how to have fun. We were going to make the best of it. I wonder if y'all all know anyone that makes robes like the one that Mr. Wrestling 2. Jack?
Yeah, I do. There's a guy, he does a lot of the stuff for the WWE performers up there, and he makes robes, tights. I mean, he's top of the line. And I won't lie to you, he charges you top of the line. Well, but he's great. He's great. You get what you pay for.
You as well for top of the line as well. So.
Yeah, Greg and Victoria, I think they're friends of yours on Facebook, aren't they? Mm-hmm. Just get with him, and he will get you in touch with someone. But you're going to have some cashola, because I will tell you what, Olivia Walker, her robes were like $10,000. So
yeah, 10 to 15. Yeah.
Lex Luger was an idiot. I wouldn't have been that stupid. When I have that time next time, I'll tell you a funny story about ring music and Bugsy. Well, there's do you know if the WWE network is going to be putting the territories back on the Peacock version, Jack?
They are. What they're doing right now, and this was a process, a lot of people are blaming this on the Peacock network, but this is a process of going through and scrubbing some controversial segments out. But WWE started that months ago before this deal even finalized. So between them and Peacock, they're finishing that up. Everything that's on the WWE network that we were used to will be transferred over to the Peacock network by August and SummerSlam.
Thomas Alexander says, hi there, guys. Michael Barr said that the problem with Raw and SmackDown, they mirror each other in their matches. Well, they do that. That is true. They are all the same. The storylines sort of need to be changed. There's so many things that could be done. And there's so many storylines and so many things that could be done. I don't know why they do the same thing. Their title matches are done the same way.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, a lot of their storylines that they do, even if I'm not into them, I don't like the fact that they only do them over 3 to 4 weeks, and then they can drop them and go to something else. So you don't have any continuation. Even if the storyline isn't good, I think you still ought to draw it out, and have an ending to it.
Yeah, there should be. I don't know that they know what they're going to do, though. I think they're booking from week to week now. I don't know if they understand what they're going to do.
It's confusing, and you would think that all they got to do is watch NXT, and they can show them how to do stories.
Greg Victoria Hodge says, also her name doesn't say supporter, even though we join y'all. I don't, we don't actually handle that part. Facebook does, but I will see what why that's not, why your name doesn't say supporter. I will check on that when we get off the air after we do our supporter stuff tonight, which, by the way, we're going to here at 8:20, a little after 8:20. If you are a supporter, we're going to talk about the original Double Cross. Well, it probably wasn't the original Double Cross, but it was a Double Cross years ago. Jack will tell us about that, and we'll also Road Warriors Part 3. And Jack, I guess while we're at it, and by the way, I still haven't changed the graphic yet. I will do that this week. I will try to get to this week, but we'll let everybody know how they can. We'll go ahead and let everybody know how they can get a T-shirt and how they can become a supporter. By the way, it's easy to be a supporter. Jack will tell you about it in a minute. It's very easy. Go to the Facebook page, hit become a supporter. There's going to be a lot of things coming up that we're going to be doing in a months from now. But Jack, if you'll tell everybody what they get.
Okay, Insider Nation, you can support us for $2.99 a month, 2 weekly Insider Nation live streams only for supporters. Watch us record videos for YouTube on Monday and Tuesdays and interact with us. Post for supporters on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Polls to help us decide what we discuss. Weekly recorded video just for the supporters, which will now be posted. Is that Thursday nights now?
It's Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday night. Okay. Personal updates on any upcoming live events, interviews, virtual events, etc. And if you're not up to doing that right yet, then head on over to ProWrestlingTees.com and look us up, Pro Wrestling Inside and Out. We got 3 choices. We're going to be changing some of these out here pretty soon. So if you want one, you better get it while they're hot. Get them while they're hot. And we got a good price. They're quality T-shirts. The shipping, I think they're about 3 weeks now. I just ordered one last week and got notified yesterday that it's on the way. So COVID's finally catching up, or they're getting caught up on COVID, I should say.
All right, we just want to.
And this is a Pro Wrestling Tee product. There we go.
I love it. I love it. All right, let's get back to see what everybody's got to say. Let's see. Where was I at here? Let's see. Mickey Mayfield. Did Buzz Sawyer ever wrestle in the WWF, Rodney?
Yes.
Yes, he did. He was managed by Captain Louis Albano. He was the Bulldog Buzz Sawyer.
He didn't stay there long, did he?
No, he did not. That was I do believe he sucker punched Hogan.
He ain't the first
coming out of the shower. I believe that was the story.
Oh, by the way, she says, somebody said, never mind, I see it. So this is just Victoria being a nuisance.
Oh, again.
Wow. We love you, so don't worry about that. Are the Bruiser and Crusher in the WWF Hall of Fame?
No, they're both in the WCW Hall of Fame, and they're both in the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame, but neither are in the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, they may have put them in a legacy wing, but I don't remember that they did.
Better late than never. Good evening, everyone. Mike
Rawlerson.
Mike, I ain't even going to try. I don't want to mess your name up. Jeremy Kane Travis, Roddy Piper was one that didn't need the belt to get over. Yes.
Exactly.
Well,
I agree with
you. There's another reason why he was never world champion.
Yes.
We will not offend the Piper fans, so we'll just leave it at that. Let's just say a 1 hour time limit draw would not be something Mr. Piper could do.
And you had to do that a lot back then. I don't believe Abdullah worked for them, not even a short time like Buzz. I don't think did he never did work for WWF, did he?
Not that I remember.
Michael Barr said that Jack, you should be inducted into an organization if you have not already.
I am in the Alabama Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, and I'm about in 7 different promotional Hall of Fame. That and $1 will not even pay for a cup of coffee.
WCW a world title, also UWF a world title. Glenn Allen Shelton. I think he was still asking about there, but I think we figured that was Dean Malenko. So Mike said yes, because Dusty would be suspended indefinitely. Yes, because he didn't. I still say to these days that it's not smart booking. I'm sorry. It's just not. I think that hurts your wrestling company when you do something like that. And the reason is, why would you even go for it if you knew you couldn't take your mask off and you couldn't? I mean, that just makes no sense to me. That's like going for the U.S. Junior title and you weigh 300 pounds. You could not have won the U.S. Junior title. Now, see, I just got some pep. Now people have just got me upset tonight. You tell I'm upset. Oh, Glenn Allen said that he thought Bruiser Brody was dead by the time. And, he might have been right, because it was 1986, wasn't it? Bruiser Brody got killed in Puerto Rico?
I believe so, yeah.
I think we were in Continental at the time. I'm pretty sure he was. Christopher Hughes said he would like to see Stan Hansen against the Bully Layfield. Well, that would have been something else.
Or John.
Yes, Stan would beat you up. But,
I don't care how tough you are. Stan Hansen would knock your teeth out.
The Road Warrior Animal did a interview. And in that interview, he said the toughest people he ever wrestled was the Masked Superstar and Stan Hansen in Japan. He said, "You're talking about us being stiff." He said they would knock you for a loop. He said we wasn't nowhere as stiff as they were. Rick Brooks said the Brody versus Sawyer match was short but good. Christopher Hughes said his dream match, a bull rope match. Let's see. Rick Brooks, the Sheik spoke to me when I got his autograph back in '84. Thomas Alexander, I wonder if Brad Armstrong will be put in the Hall of Fame. He should be.
He should.
Yeah, I agree. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I can't remember what match, guys, but it was early on, and Ron West was refereeing. Saw just a few days, too many concussions. So he refereed many matches. So you can go back to watch Georgia Championship Wrestling. It'll be on there. Continental Championship Wrestling, Southeastern Championship Wrestling, Mid-South Wrestling, UWF. He was also World Championship Wrestling. You can see him going out there with the Steiners and the Nasty Boys when they were beating each other up on there. He was not referee at the time, but Chris Baxter. If I can get it yet, can you still get Ashley WC9's errand in full on YouTube? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I don't think you can get those on the W Network, can you?
Yeah, they pick up. I forgot what. We talked about that we were going to have to switch over to the WWE Network. So I can't remember. I think it's the end of 85 or the end of 86. I can't remember now.
Javier, is that how you said that guy's name? Javier? Javier? Way too many commercials from Raw SmackDown. Yeah, them things will go for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's how they make their money. So, I don't fault them, but man, it's hard to watch it.
It is. WWE is predictable right now. It's just getting boring. They do the same thing They just changed the guy's name. They don't. Okay, this week we're going to so and so is going to do the same thing that Joe did 6 months ago.
And not only that, it's the same match. Every match is the same match. As far as I'm concerned, except for the women. The women are doing just an outstanding job. That they really are.
Michael said one of our cameras are
Which one? Is it intermittent or is it mine, Brent's, Jack's? With the real blurry camera, please stand up.
Bob Sawyer should be in the W Hall of Fame. He could work. Yes. Jerry Brock said he loved our show. Well, thank you so much, Jerry. We certainly do appreciate that. Scott Hall didn't need the belt. He didn't need the belt. If I could say strap, it would be much better. Yes, Bruiser Brody. Bruiser went to the Legacy Wing this year as well. That's good. That's he deserves it. Michael Barr said, sorry to upset you, Brett. Not. Brett, get fired up. Yeah, I got a little fired up on that. There's something, everybody has little pet peeves, and I've always hated for something to have a no disqualification match and get a disqualification out of it. How does this happen? Yes. It's bad for business. It's always been bad for business. If you have a no disqualification,
I can understand saying we're going to throw the match out. Fine. But to say that we've had a disqualification in a disqualification match, and we're all standing there looking at it, did I announce it? I said, you're trying. And I always ask the referee, are you sure you want me to announce this is a disqualification? It's a no disqualification match, right? Yeah, I said, it's been disqualified. Never mind. Said, okay. And I announced it.
It just makes a no disqualification match mean nothing. And maybe at that time, territory owners, maybe that's the reason you went out of business. Was it because Vince McMahon, maybe you just done stupid stuff, and that was stupid. It was done by many territory owners, and it should never have been done. That was just
focused in on my microphone. Well, let's move my microphone out the way then. How's that?
Stan Hansen would have killed Layfield, Chris Baxter said. I believe that as well. Stan Hansen versus Abdullah in the Atlanta Auditorium was awesome and very bloody. Yes, I remember this.
Yes, that drew a lot. And that was over. It started with Rock Hunter messing with Stan Hansen's hat. Told him not to mess with his hat, and then he nailed him. And then he and Abdullah rolled all over the studio there at TCG over on Peachtree.
Stan would also knock your eyeball out of his socket. Yes, he did that to Vader. Yeah, that's the first time we ever saw Vader. They were going to bring Vader into WCW. Stan Hansen, one of them brought in, and we got to see the video. And Dad brought it home from the office and said, "You got to watch this. This is incredible, and we're going to bring this guy in." And it was Vader.
And there was a big to-do between Japan, New Japan, I think, it's who he wrestled for, and WCW about the whole outfit. They didn't want them to use it at any of it. They didn't want any of that used. The helmet that had the steam coming out of it, they did not want them using it.
Did Dr. D. David Schultz's career get blackballed from Vince over the John Stossel? No, I don't think he got it. Maybe by Vince.
Yeah.
But not from anybody else. Hey, got to remember, David Schultz was crazy. He beat up fans. He would slap them. Vince McMahon knew exactly what was going to happen. He knew David Schultz. He knew exactly what David Schultz would do. I mean, come on now. He was just the scapegoat to keep him from getting sued for millions and millions of dollars, which I think he got sued anyway. Chris Baxter, how far would he have gone in WF if Kerry Eric hadn't got hurt? Did he get hurt?
I don't think Kerry was hurt before he went in there. He had that accident and he had the prosthetic leg. But no, Kerry got everything that Vince was willing to give him up there. Vince had no intention of using Kerry more than what he used Kerry.
Was it Rodney's camera that was doing that, or is it?
Yeah, I moved. He was saying that it was focusing in on my microphone, so I've moved the microphone away. Hopefully, that's fixed. That I hope.
We'll answer this one more question, then we'll have to get off here. Mike Green asked the question, hey, guys, what's your opinion of Ken Lucas's career? I think he had a superb career, drew a lot of money everywhere he went. What do you think, Rodney?
Yes, Absolutely. Ken Lucas was just brilliant. We got a chance to really work with him in Southeastern with he and Rip Rogers. They actually, second match, stole the show. No one could follow them. That match, as we always said, should have been the main event. And we always loved Ken Lucas grabbing that headlock and doing that rapid fire punching to the face. We love that.
Jack?
Oh, I agree. Ken was great. I love seeing him. I watched some Southwest stuff with him and Ricky Morton tagging. Boy, they were great.
Yeah,
and so when he did his interviews, he was so it was as a professional, and so believable in his approach. Just awesome.
Thank you so much. We want to thank everybody. And Jack, next Tuesday night, let's go ahead and tell everybody what we have planned.
Magnum TA will be joining us right here next Tuesday, a week from today.
All right.
So we're looking forward to talking with him, and he's looking forward to talking with everybody here.
Excellent.
So as long as we do not have any technical issues, Magnum TA will be with us. And if he's not with us, that we will make sure he gets on and we do the thing because I think Jack's going to get with him and make sure that he can get on with no problems. Thank you all so much. We're almost at 27,000 followers and insiders on Facebook. We certainly do appreciate it. Almost 1,400 on our YouTube channel. And we're at almost 600 on our Instagram page, which is mostly just the same photographs that's on Facebook. But we certainly do appreciate it. We appreciate you taking your time to be a part, whether you like a picture, whether you watch our videos. We certainly do appreciate it, and we thank you so much. And we will see everyone Monday as we continue our look at professional wrestling, and we walk down that memory lane of professional wrestling. We'll see everybody next week right here on Pro Wrestling Inside Now.